President Trump has threatened to send in federal agents to various U.S. cities to restore what he calls law and order. But the ACLU says sending in these federal agents without them being requested is a violation of state protections highlighted in the Constitution. Protesters took to Federal Plaza yesterday after learning President Trump plans to send as many as 150 federal agents to Chicago to help control the city's deadly issue of gun violence.
If they try it, I'm going to use every tool at my disposal to stop them.
President Trump and his administration critical of Mayor Lightfoot, saying she's not properly addressing the issue. Backing President Trump is police union president John Catanzara, who sent this letter to the White House Saturday calling Mayor Lightfoot a complete failure who is either unwilling or unable to maintain law and order in Chicago. He asked for the feds to step in and assist Chicago police.
We've got an unhinged leader of the Fraternal Order of Police who is craven and trying to generate attention. We're not going to have people that don't know our streets, don't know our neighborhoods, and then are engaging in clearly unconstitutional conduct, operating at will in our city.
Mayor Lightfoot expressing her outrage on primetime cable last night and saying the police superintendent is not in favor of the feds coming in. If federal agents are deployed, it is critical that they coordinate with the Chicago Police Department and work alongside us to fight violent crime in Chicago. Monday, Mayor Lightfoot sent this letter to President Trump telling him there was no need to send in federal agents. She referenced this weekend's clashes with protesters in Portland.
Having these armed camouflage individuals with no insignia on, no nameplates, grabbing people off the street, that's unconstitutional. So our democracy is at stake. And I'll be darned if I'm going to let anybody, even if their name is Mr. President, bring those kind of troops to our city and try to take off our residents. That's not going to happen in Chicago.
Lightfoot is one of 6 mayors who signed off on another letter to the Attorney General and head of Homeland Security calling for the withdrawal of these federal agents and the threat of sending them. The mayors of Atlanta, D.C., Seattle, and Portland say it's politically motivated since the cities being threatened are all run by Democrats. U.S. Senators Durbin and Duckworth and 19 others are preparing to introduce legislation that would block the deployment of those unmarked federal agents to U.S. cities. From CPD headquarters, Courtney Guzman, WGN News.